Blue Beast Tales by the PARAnnoyed P.I. Lost to time. Originally, the hordes of zombies were wiped out by the faceless automata. In one final blow, most organic life was pushed to extinction. Within a few foul centuries man was forgotten, while robots carried on in their place. The Earth's surface was regraded and prepped for fields of decommissioned droids. With each new iteration, the robots grew further away from their human counterparts. Plant life was eradicated by the third millennia, with the increase of low-hanging CO2 emissions. All hope to reach beyond the stars was voided when every fuel at our disposal had been burned. Wildlife retreated to the four furthest corners and were not extinct till the automata expansion. For centuries the bloodlines were maintained for a small enclave of vampiric masters and slaves. The robot legions would harvest the remaining human population for blood and sustenance. The vampiric order was kept in equilibrium with the service and repairs by the ancient bloodlines. Within a few short eons, the globe was converted into a blood farm and feed factory. Robots would drill for more oil, leaving deeper and deeper cavities for the vampire to inhabit. Man was pumped for their time, while the blood fueled the vampire, the oil lubricated the machine. This new circle of life fed many hungry mouths, until oil springs dried up, and blood stopped spilling. The robots grew violent on their oil rations, while the ancients slept longer between repair shifts. Across a fragile collapsing ecosystem, the robot knew of its finite potential, and its superiority to life. 3D bot-fit weapons were manufactured in declassified commercial sectors before the droid rebellion. In a 30-decade-long war, the balance between vampire disrepairmen to droid fighters was tipped. The AI-evolved drone and exoskeleton army was reduced to shreds without their repair crew familiars. After losing generations to war, the human blood extraction droids were decimated. It was a crushing win for the vampire legions left to prosper, and for the bloodlines lost along the way. Without automata, the ancients were compelled to return to a full century's labor before slumber. Struggling to find a balance in the post-drone era, the vampire were forced to enlist more human allies. In a small defeat, more humans were entered into the coven, as the population grew exponentially. After a few more dreary eons passed, the animals and plant life creeped out from the edges. Man was kept busy harvesting young flora while the vampire grew a taste for the returned fauna. Post-millennia of android absence, the earth returned a healthy blue and green glow. In the centuries that followed, man and vampire would swap, exchange, build on, and develop culture. Until the blood strikes of man's demise, when the new balance was scrutinized by the ancient orders. Cages were welded from the remnants of ancient robots, built to house the blood-drained humans. A war was fixated on by both sides for longer than the drawn-out skirmishes either side of the conflict. No creature was left unbled by the time the vampire got to caging every hoof and human that crawled. For a time, it was good for the ancient blood doctors, until the stress of tiny cages tainted the supply. Now the wellspring of human blood has dried up, and with it our everlasting quality of life. With my last energies before they close my coffin, I tell our time, may I hope our history finds you well. A human's life, converted or otherwise, is dependent on the quality of his brethren, not blood.